you just gotta laugh at it. Like life is stranger than fiction sometimes. Like sometimes it writes itself.
Crazy T wants to know, what is the craziest thing you've seen in Hollywood?
For me, it's more like when I have like auditions or like moments in the booth where I'm like, this is weird, but I'm sure I'm missing something. For me, it's mostly when they try to get me to sound a certain way. Like they're like, "Hey, we hired you for a certain sound that I don't have." So for example, I had a project where they hired me, the character was white when I auditioned, and then when they cast me, they're like, "Oh, now we get points." So then they made the character biracial, which I'm like, "All right, I'm biracial. Sure, I can play that." But then they were like, "Can you sound what they say? They know not to say blacker now, so they say a Southern African American vernacular English accent."
Wow. What a word.
Yeah. So I was like, I mean, it's not really like it's to me. It's like something you learn growing up. So it's like I'm just as awkward about it as if you were to cast a fully white person. Like it's not something I was necessarily raised around. So I would have to learn it too. So they hired a dialect coach to teach me how to sound blacker.
Oh
Uh,
no.
and the lady who taught me was white.
What?
No.
And I remember being like, "Oh gosh, Black Twitter can never find out about this." And now I just tell the story because I'm like, I think it's funny, and it's like it just kind of shows how like they're trying to do good because they're like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna make diversity," but then they don't understand that diversity means Black people don't all talk the same.
Oh
Oh.
no.
They don't all think the same. They don't have the same experience. Like that's so it's like a lot of times they're trying to be helpful by giving people an opportunity, but then they're still kind of racist in their views of like, well, all Black people talk like this. They all
Oh
born and free.
no.
Like, I don't know. Like it's a weird thing. So yeah, the comedy writes itself with that one. I made a sketch about it. Uh, it's if you look it up, I don't know if I changed the name yet. It might be race swapping doesn't equal representation, or it might just be Blackatha Christie. Either way, if you go on my channel, I have a sketch where I use real moments. I mean, it's obviously a lot of it's like a joke, but some of the dialogue is actual stuff I've had in auditions. I had one where they were trying to get me to sound they know not to say urban or ethnic now, like they know what the code words are. So I was like a commercial voiceover recording, and I was like, yeah, blah 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 blah. Like that's kind of just like my voice. So then they were like, "Can you?" Oh yeah, that one. So if you ever
Oh my
see,
gosh.
that's me being a casting director, but then also playing myself, and it's very much. There was a moment where like they were in the session, they were like, "Can you sound sassier?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I just went like sassier, more Valley Girl, and they're like, how do we say this? Like, we envisioned Queen Latifah would originally be this part. And so I literally that part is in the sketch, like that verbatim, like that part, because I'm like, that is too crazy to like.
Wow.
I'm like, what do me and Queen Latifah have in common? You're like, I'm gonna cast this bitch. Yeah, she's gonna be like our Queen Latifah light. She's gonna be like, I'm like, maybe off a Wish. I don't know what they thought they were getting.
Milky Queen Latifah, I guess.
That is absolutely
Milky
like that's
Queen
amazing.
Latifah.
And it's what's the old saying? Life imitates art, and art imitates life. You know, it's like that's just fascinating, fascinating to me. And
It's good
it wouldn't it be
comedy.
so funny if it wasn't true.
I think that, but I think that's what makes it hit more real for like the actors who've watched it. Like my agent saw it. She also was like, "Don't share this stuff in the industry. You're getting in trouble." But she's like, she did find that sketch funny because she's seen that end of stuff too. But you just gotta laugh at it. Like life is stranger than fiction sometimes. Like sometimes it writes itself.